Hello and thanks for watching this video and subscribing to our YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to talk about Acumatica 2021 R1, an improvement in field services, where now the workflow engine has been extended to the field services area. So you could see, for example, up here, we now have these buttons: hold, depart, start. So a lot of the workflow items that used to be static or specific to these pages are now brought into the workflow engine. So how does that help us? Well, by putting things in Acumatica's workflow engine, it gives us the ability to configure or customize the workflow engine to allow things to flow from one status to another. So you may have custom workflow that's specific to your company, and Acumatica's workflow engine is perfect for that because now you can configure it to be more adaptable to that workflow. So the first thing we could start off with is our state diagram. So any screen in Acumatica, most of the screens now are part of the workflow engine, have this show state diagram. And when we take a look at it, we'll maximize it. It allows you to see the workflow from one stage to another. So an appointment, we're working on appointments right now, that's not started has these options to put it to hold or start or cancel. And then once we put it on hold, we can remove the hold or simply cancel. But if we start, if we follow the start over here, we then get the status of in process. We then have options for reopen, pause, or complete. So you can see the pattern here. This allows us to reconfigure based on different conditions about the document or the status. Now, to do an example here, let's say we don't want to allow this appointment to start if it hasn't been validated by the dispatcher. So that's a nice thing. Any field here we can pretty much monitor and then make our options available based on the conditions of those fields. So if we go to customization and we edit the project, in this case, we're going to create a new project. So we'll click new here. And we'll open it up. First thing we want to do is add our screen. And we're looking for this appointment screen. Now on the left-hand side, this is the screen where you can make changes to the actual screen itself. On the left-hand side, we have the ability to create conditions. So there's a ton of different conditions that Acumatica is already using. But if we want to create a new one, so appointment validated, we can come over here and find our field, validated by dispatcher, equals, checked, and we'll click OK here. So now we have one additional condition. Of course, we inherited the 111 that was already here. Then what we'll do is we'll go over to our actions. And you can see all your actions here. And we'll look for start. So there's our start appointment. And then we could open it up. And we could select disabled based on app validated. But it occurs to me that we have our condition reversed because we don't want to disable it if the app is validated. So we'll select this, click OK, but then we're going to go back to our condition and we'll find it. And we want to uncheck this. So essentially, we're looking to disable this if this doesn't have a checkbox. We'll click OK here. And now we'll publish our customization. Okay, so we'll slide this out of the way. I'm going to come back to it in a second just to talk about it. Let's refresh our page. And you'll notice start is grayed out. However, if we come over here and check validated and save it, you can see the start button pops up and now it's enabled. So this gives you a good idea of the kinds of things you can do. Now, I left the customization window open on another screen. The reason I did that is because these conditions, I made the condition pretty easy. I went in and I opened it up and I simply used our condition builder, picked the field and told it that it was false. And I could add and or conditions here if I want to and all that. But if you'll notice, all these other conditions that Acumatica's built in give you the idea, the potential. So these are BQL, business query language conditions. So these come out of the box, but if you bring on someone to customize, we can create some of these condition names using a BQL language. So you could pretty much do anything you want that's not necessarily out of the box. Once you get that condition defined, then the actions, you can go in and tell the actions how they should behave. Additionally, looking at workflows, you can see here's our default workflow. It's the one that's out of the box. This is a non-diagram view of all of the different states and their transitions to other different statuses. So you can go into these and modify them and make your changes here. So that's it. That is Workflow Engine is now under Field Services. We give you an example of the kinds of things you can do with it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching and subscribing to our YouTube channel, and have a great day.